I was sitting in the back of the conference room when my coworker Jason stood up and presented the marketing strategy I had spent 3 weeks building as if it were his own idea. He didn't just use my concepts, he used the exact same phrasing from the private notes I had shared with him when he said he was struggling with his workload. Our boss, Mr. Vance, was nodding along and taking notes, looking at Jason with a level of respect I had been trying to earn for over a year. I felt a sick, sinking feeling in my stomach as I realized I had been used as a ghostwriter for my own professional demise. Jason and I started at the firm at the same time, but he was always better at the social aspect of the job, the late-night drinks and the golf games with the higher-ups. I had trusted him because he had helped me navigate the office politics when I first arrived, and I thought we were a team. I had sent him my draft on Tuesday night because he promised he would give me feedback and help me polish the final presentation for this morning. Instead, he had spent the night changing the font on the slides and putting his name on the cover page, while I was at home thinking I had a supportive friend in the cubicle next to mine. As Jason finished the presentation, Mr. Vance clapped his hands together and told the room that this was the most innovative thinking he had seen from a junior associate in a decade. Jason just smiled modestly and said he had been inspired by a late-night epiphany, never once mentioning that I was sitting 10 feet away. I felt my face heating up and my heart pounding against my ribs. I knew that if I stayed quiet, this would become the new reality, and Jason would be promoted while I continued to do the work that made him look like a genius. I stood up just as Jason was about to sit down. "I'm so glad you found that epiphany helpful, Jason. Considering it's word for word what I sent you in my email on Tuesday at 11 p.m., I said, my voice echoing in the sudden silence of the room. Jason's smile vanished and he started stammering that he didn't know what I was talking about, but I didn't stop. I opened my laptop and projected my sent folder onto the big screen for everyone to see. The timestamps matched his presentation perfectly, and the original files even had my digital signature in the metadata. Mr. Vance looked from the screen to Jason, his expression shifting from admiration to a cold, hard disappointment. The rest of the meeting was a blur of Jason trying to explain himself and Mr. Vance asking him to leave the room so he could speak with me privately. Jason looked at me with pure hatred as he walked past. But I didn't look away, I just waited for him to go. Mr. Vance apologized to me, saying he had always suspected I was the one doing the heavy lifting, but he hadn't wanted to cause a rift in the team. He told me that my strategy was being approved immediately and that I would be the one leading the new account, with a significant raise to match the new responsibility. Jason was fired by the end of the week for intellectual property theft and breach of conduct. And I heard he had a hard time finding work after that because the industry is smaller than people think. I didn't feel happy about it, but I felt a profound sense of relief that the truth was finally out in the open. I learned the hard way that in the corporate world, your work is your currency, and you have to be careful who you give the keys to your vault. Now I keep my drafts locked and my feedback sessions public, and I haven't had anyone try to take an epiphany of mine ever since.